Wine in the world, we immediately think of champagne, but there is a region in northern Italy that is determined to give champagne competition. It produces the best sparkling wine in the world. Our wine expert and founder of Dallas Uncorked, Haley Hamilton Cogill, just returned from the picturesque region and is here to tell us so much more about something other than wines from Champagne.
Exactly.
I love it. What have you got going on here?
So there's a region, I've got a couple photos to show you where we're talking about. North of Milan in the Lombardy region is a region called Franciacorta, and it is a region that really started 50 years ago with a clear determination to make the best sparkling wine in the world. Their restrictions are more difficult. This is the region than those in Champagne. It's a DOCG, which basically in Italian means it's the very, very top line wine produced in Italy.
So like what sort of restrictions are we talking about here?
The way how the grapes are planted, the amount of weight you can have for your grapes, it's all traditional methods. So that second fermentation is taking place in the bottom. It's near the Alps. It's a region that was really started by a group of businessmen that had summer homes in the region near Lake Iseo. And I'm talking about businessmen Escada, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana, and they really had summered in this region. It is completely stunning. It had been making wine, but it hadn't really gotten to a point that they said this is going to be the great wine of this region. So they started planting Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Blanc to create these very, very special, just simply beautiful sparkling wines. So they are sparkling wines, but it is a much warmer region, and so they can actually produce a very fruit-filled wine that they then, with the process of second fermentation, leave on the yeast in the bottle for an extended period of time to have a very nice fruity kind of citrus and floral aromas with that good kind of weight and texture of toasted brioche and some of those things that we expect from a really well-made sparkling wine. Have a few of them that I wanted to show you that I brought back with me. This one is from Berlucci. Guido Berlucci was kind of one of the main founders. This is his 61 Franciacorta Brut. Brut means it's very dry.
Right.
The nice thing about some of the other wines that they are producing here is they actually take it to a next level, and that is that they're even drier than extra dry. It's
really?
Because there's so much just inherent fruit in the region.
Do I get to drink it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
please try it.
I'm listening.
Yes.
I'm captivated.
No, but please try it. There's so much
good.
gorgeous fruit in the region that you can actually not add any additional sugar. You can't do that in Champagne because the wines are so kind of just acidic because they can't get as ripe. The fruit here is ripe. It's lush. It's also simply stunning. I brought another one from Montanessa, their Brut. You can find Calle Bosca. There are a handful of different, there is one Franciacorta wine pretty much in every wine shop in Dallas and probably throughout the state. Look at your Total Wine, look at your specs, Pogo's, Wine Post, Dallas Fine Wine. There are some great bubbles. I am so in love with this region, and that's really their goal as they progress. It's the wine they pour at Milan Fashion Week. So if that's a ringing endorsement for all of our fashionistas, it's going to be a part of one of the fashion weeks this year in New York. It is so special.
It's really good. And I
so
told you
clean.
earlier, I'm not big on like dry champagnes or dry sparkling wine.
It doesn't bite you back
at all. And this is really good. All I need is, I wouldn't mess it up by putting a little orange juice in here, but a mimosa, you know what I mean?
Well, just have the orange on the side. You know, that's the nice thing, because I spent a week of truly
really
just
good.
drinking sparkling wine, and they paired it with everything from your appetizer. It's also the land of risotto. This is some, you know, the homemade hand-torn pastas filled with fresh ricotta, gorgeous risottos, beautiful seafood from Lake Iseo. Anything, this is a char dish with beets and some herb oil that pretty much just sent me over the top. It was
oh my goodness.
the
And then just pair these delicious foods with this
clean, bright, and whether it's a regular Brut, a rosé, they have their pas douce, which means that there's zero additional sugar added to it.
Good.
Really, really special wines that I think are perfect for summer, but really any time. And they're going to give they're going to give Champagne a run for their money. They've been around for 50 years, and so in Italian Old World terms, they're a very new region.
Sure.
And they are getting out there and really producing special wines.
Do you think it's just the notion of it being from Champagne that everyone sticks to it versus, these are finally going to catch on with people, that these are wonderful, delicious sparkling wines at great price points?
Absolutely, and that's the thing. I think that some Italians think that their main competition is Prosecco, and Prosecco's great, but Prosecco is a very sweet, very fruity, kind of grape mimosa kind of bubble, whereas these have the structure, the layered characteristics. They're so special that they will be able to really give Champagne a run.
I'm sold.
So, yes,
all right.
cheers.
Good stuff. You can find out more about these wines by going to Haley's website, DallasUncorked.org, or to thebroadcasttv.com. We're back with more broadcast next. Stick around.